The House of Representatives has formally started at the committee level its deliberations on the 6.3 trillion peso proposed national budget for 2025. The House Committee on Appropriations began its briefing on Monday, August 5, with the Development Budget Coordination Committee being scrutinized first on how they formulated the National Expenditure Program and their funding sources. The Development Budget Coordination Committee is composed of the Department of Budget and Management, Department of Finance, National Economic and Development Authority, Office of the President, and the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. In his opening speech, Speaker Martin Romualdez says crafting the national budget is a critical tool for steering a country's development path. According to Romualdez, education will be a priority along with other sectors like public works, health, local government, defense, and transportation. The House Committee on Appropriations hearings on the proposed 2025 national budget are expected to run until September. The proposed 2025 budget was transmitted to Congress on July 29, the earliest that the executive under President Bongbong Marcos sent a national expenditure program to the legislature. Under the 1987 Constitution, the executive is given 30 days after President's State of the Nation address to submit the national expenditure program to Congress. Senator Dela Rosa is requesting Philippine National Police Chief General Romel Marbel to give Vice President Sarah Duterte the freedom to choose who among her personal security details should stay. During the hearing of the Senate panel on public order and dangerous drugs, Dela Rosa tells the police chief that Duterte had complained about her remaining 31 security detail.
In behalf of the Vice President and in behalf of the Filipino people who want that our Vice President is properly secured and protected, can I ask you for the record that yung iniwan mo na 31, pwede ba nabigyan mo ng laya yung ating Vice President kung sino from sa kanyang mga former security ang pwedeng iiwan mo? Kasi ang reklamo nga niya, may iniwan ka nga pero hindi niya kilala, hindi siya komportable.
Former top cop Dela Rosa then pleads to Marbel that his appeal be treated as the request of an ordinary Filipino who wants to ensure the safety of the Vice President. Following Dela Rosa's prodding, the PNP chief commits to bring back security personnel from Davao with whom Duterte feels comfortable.
So, yun lang pag-iusap ko, kahit na hindi mo na ibalik yung the same number na tinanggal mo, palitan mo lang ibalik mo lang yung mga taga Davao na palagay ang kalooban niya at tanggalin mo na lang yung hindi niya kilala na yung naiwan sa 31. Ito lang, I am just appealing to you, panirating ko lang sa'yo. Kung pwede, balik mo. Can I get your commitment?
Of course, our chairperson.
During the hearing, Marbel reiterates that the removal of Duterte's personal security detail was not backed by political pressure. He says the PNP merely did its job to rationalize the deployment of its personnel.
Marami po kami tinanggalan. Even yung mga classmate ko, ng mga general, sabi ko, it's a time na talagang we have to rationalize. Kasi ang sasabi ko nga, we need more people on the ground. Marami po kami talagang kulang. And to be honest, sir, talagang ang gusto po natin, talagang ibaba yung mga tao natin.
Duterte earlier branded the recall of her 75 police security personnel as a clear case of political harassment. The country's second top official posted a 4-page letter on her Facebook page criticizing Marbel for allegedly lying about the withdrawal of her police protection detail. For his part, Marbel maintained that Duterte's security team was reduced because no threat against her had been observed. Top leaders of the Philippine National Police are hoping that fugitive Apollo Kiboy would finally surface himself and cease from hiding. During the Senate panel on public order and dangerous drugs hearing on August 5, PNP Chief General Romel Marbel maintains that the June 10 operation to serve an arrest warrant against alleged rapist Quiboloy did not violate any rules. Marbel gives assurance that police will ensure that their rights are protected once Quiboloy and his subordinates surrender. For his part, Davao Police Regional Director Brigadier General Nicolas Torre III demands that Quiboloy show up and spare Kingdom of Jesus Christ members of what they considered harassment.
The wheels of justice can only start if he submits to the jurisdiction of the court, because everything that we discuss here, saying that whether he is innocent or guilty, are of no moment, because we are not the court that will stress out all those issues. So I would suggest that Mr. Quiboloy to end all of this and spare all his followers and believers of all these things, of this they perceived harassment, which are actually not harassment but are just part and parcel of the implementation of the warrant of arrest against him.
Meanwhile, panel head Senator Dela Rosa counters the demands, saying that it's unfair to make Quiboloy's presence a prerequisite for peace in Davao.
I just would like to react that it's unfair for them naman na i-require nyo muna sila na isurrender si Pastor Kiboy para maging peaceful ang Davao. Parang ganon.
No, sir.
Para maging normal ang lahat.
Hindi, sir. Sabi ko, nobody, sir.
For all you know, even President Duterte, walang kontak kay Pastor Kiboy. Hindi alam kung nasaan na ngayon.
According to Dela Rosa, he even tried to keep in touch with Quiboloy after the warrant was issued, but he failed to have constant contact with the pastor. On April 3, a Davao Regional Trial Court issued arrest orders against Quiboloy and his subordinates, Crescente Canada, Pauline Canada, Ingrid Canada, Silvia Semanes, and Jacqueline Roy. Arrest warrants were served on June 10 in Quiboloy's compound in Barangay Buhangin, Davao City, but Quiboloy and the others were not found. Quiboloy's followers initially met the arresting authorities with a protest at the gate demanding justice for the pastor. Pauline Canada was eventually arrested on July 11, but Quiboloy and the other four remain at large. Quiboloy and his subordinates are facing charges for violating the anti-child abuse law, specifically the provision on sexual abuse of minors and maltreatment. Senate Majority Leader Francis Tolentino says he has stepped down as a member of Partido Democratico Filipino due to differences in foreign policy directions. In his letter to Partido Democratico Filipino President Senator Robin Padilla, Tolentino attached his letter to former party head Jose Alvarez, explaining that he chose to disengage from the party due to significant differences in their positions on the West Philippine Sea issue. According to Tolentino, the 2016 arbitral ruling is crucial to the country's territorial integrity as it strengthened alliances essential to advancing Philippine interests. But Tolentino says the party's inclination on bilateral dialogue may not fully align with the principles established by the arbitral ruling. He believes the party stance might weaken the Philippines' position in the disputed waters. Tolentino points out that the party's approach might not adequately protect the rights and livelihood of Filipino fishermen and the bravery of Filipino soldiers. For Tolentino, a multilateral alliance with historical allies and like-minded nations is crucial in addressing challenges in the West Philippine Sea. In a statement issued on July 25, Padilla said Tolentino may have to resign from Partido Democratico Filipino as party vice president for Luzon and as a member so he can attend to his added duties as the new Senate Majority Leader. Padilla said Tolentino's resignation from the party would help enhance the party's independence. On July 24, the Partido Democratico Filipino announced Padilla as its new president. Millions worth of incentives await Filipino gymnast Carlos Yulo after winning 2 gold medals at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Under Republic Act No. 10699 or National Athletes and Coaches Benefits and Incentives Act, Yulo is set to receive a 20 million peso incentive from the Philippine Sports Commission. Philippine Olympic Committee President Bambol Tolentino has also pledged to reward Olympic gold medalists with a house and lot in Tagaytay City. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives will hand out a cash incentive of 6 million pesos to Yulo. The gymnast will also receive a fully furnished 3-bedroom unit worth 32 million pesos in McKinley Hill from Mega World, along with a 3 million peso cash bonus. Yulo will also receive an Olympic Gold Medal of Valor from the Philippine Sports Commission. He will likewise be rewarded with a Congressional Medal for his exceptional achievement and contribution to Philippine sports. A Senate resolution is also seeking to bestow upon Yulo the Senate Medal of Excellence to honor his accomplishments. Yulo bagged 2 gold medals by winning both the men's vault finals and men's floor exercise finals at the 2024 Paris Olympics.